Hi everybody, I'm Crystal from Slate Youth Center. Today in our cooking class we're going to be making poor man's casserole.
This is a really easy recipe to make. All you're going to need is some ground meat of your choosing, about a pound. You'll also need a can of tomato juice or vegetable juice, some diced tomatoes or whole tomatoes, the pasta of your choosing. I've chosen to use elbow macaroni, and I've used gluten-free today. And you'll need a few seasonings like some minced onion or minced garlic, salt, and pepper. So we're going to start with our pan or our pot, whatever it is that you're using on your stove. Heat it up to about medium, and we're going to add a little bit of cooking oil in there. You can use whatever you like. I've got canola today. You could use olive oil or sunflower or whatever it is. Coconut oil if you want a bit of a more coconutty flavor. Just enough to cover the bottom of your pan there so that the meat doesn't stick when we add it. And then you're going to add about a pound of the ground meat of your choice. I'm using medium ground beef. You could use pork, turkey, chicken, lamb, pretty much whatever you like. But today I had ground beef. It has lots of great flavor, so we're just going to cook this up until it begins to brown. Now, as it begins to cook, I like to add any of the other seasonings to the meat that I'll be using. And today I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just adding a little bit of dehydrated minced onion. You could use fresh onion if you'd rather. Just a little bit of salt. It's also great if you have fresh ground pepper. Give that a stir. That will help to season the meat. If you want a more Italian flavor to it, you could add oregano or thyme or basil or anything like that. So once your ground meat has all been browned up nicely and broken down like this, you can, if you find that the meat is still in really big chunks, you can use a potato masher to break it up. But this came down really nicely. We're going to add 1 can of diced tomatoes. Just stir that in. I've also reduced the heat down so that it's medium-low, because the tomato juice that we're going to add next is going to get really splattery if the heat is too high. And then you can add as much or as little tomato juice or vegetable cocktail. I'm just using vegetable cocktail today to kind of make it soupy. And then the very last thing that you want to add is your pasta. So I'm going to be using gluten-free macaroni, but you could use regular macaroni or rigatoni or penne. The whole box would be too much, so I'm using about 1/3 of the box in here. About 3/4 of a cup of macaroni, because I like mine really soupy. But if you want yours thick, you can always add more pasta, or you can add a little less liquid. And then we just let this come back up to temperature and let the pasta cook through. And as soon as the pasta is cooked al dente, so when it still has a little bit of support to it, we remove it from the heat and it's ready to serve. So there you have it. Super easy, and it tastes great. Let's give it a try. delicious. This brings back so many memories of when I was a little kid. I hope you get a chance to try this, and let me know how it turns out. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon at Slate Youth Center.